Good morning, guys. My hair ain't it. It's just... Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I was gonna do get ready with me today, and I was gonna make it like really cute and like presentable, but then I realized no. I'm gonna get ready with me this morning, and you're gonna see how I actually look in the morning. Ah, cat! You're gonna see what kind of destructiveness I go through in the morning with my cat. Yes. So, the other day I went out and I had to run a few errands. I didn't feel like putting on a full face of makeup because, like, no, I don't care. I'm just running a few errands. I did a few things differently with my makeup, and I actually ended up getting a lot of compliments for it. And when I tell you that this is a natural makeup look, it's an actual natural makeup look. I feel like a lot of people, when they do these videos, they're like, oh, this is my everyday full face, and I caked up 20 pounds of makeup. Which, like, is fine if that's what you like doing. But for me, when I say that I don't feel like wearing makeup that day, like, I don't wear it. I do the very bare minimum to make me look presentable, so I think this video can help you achieve that look with a little less than 10 products. So if you're interested in watching this very minimal but put together, quick, easy, affordable makeup look, then just keep watching. Okay, so yeah, this is how my hair looks in the morning. I'm a pretty disheveled mess like any other human. Usually when I get up right away, I'm a total zombie. I'm just not a morning person, and I've come to that realization, and I've tried so hard to get up early and like be that person, but at just 10 o'clock, if I could just wake up at like 10 o'clock every day, I'd be set. Even like 8 or 9. Golden. I'm gonna start off with concealer first, and this is actually the new technique that I've been doing recently. I saw Snitchery do this, and when I saw her do it at first, I was like, I got bags. I got bags for days. I still have like blue under eyes that need taking care of. I had to adjust it to make it fit my needs more. What I do first is I take a light concealer. This is the only concealer that's like my skin tone, maybe like a little bit lighter. And unfortunately, it's not affordable, but it's like the best concealer ever. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Mine is so dirty and gross. Does anybody else's get this dirty? What you do, instead of painting like a triangle underneath your eyes, which you see a lot of beauty influencers do, I'm going to dab it on the outside here, kind of where you would put highlighter, but a little bit higher. For this routine, I'm mostly going to be using a white beauty blender because I just feel it gives you the most natural look. And then you kind of bring in whatever is left. Do you see how much of a difference that already made? Like, that was a very minimal amount of product, but it covered up the darkness out here, which helps lift your face. Does that make sense? Sometimes I feel like I talk and I just sound like Katara talking to Momo. This is what I get for filming in the morning. I'm gonna make stupid comments that nobody understands, or that just aren't funny. Now that I have a little more coverage, I still need to cover the dark circles that are right under here. So now I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is in the shade Light Sand. I got this to color correct because it's slightly darker than my skin tone, but it will really cover up those blues. So then I'm just gonna take this and place it right underneath my tear duct. I'm actually gonna let that sit for a little bit. If you let it sit and slightly dry, it'll give you more coverage. I'm gonna take that light concealer again and just spot conceal the rest of my face. I always put it on my chin or on my nose here. It gets pretty bad. I like to do the sides of my nose, kind of for reverse contouring. That's pretty much it. And then if I have any pimples, I'll just spot conceal there. There's this dot here on my nose that's been there forever, and I have no idea what it is. And then I'm also going to blend in that concealer down here. Mostly concentrate it in the front where all the pigment is, and then whatever's left, just bring it out. The concealer actually blends out to the color of my skin tone, so it doesn't look super harsh. And then a lot of people don't like to powder their face because they like to keep that dewy look. The problem with me specifically is I have wrinkles under my eyes and they tend to crease. I take my sponge and I make sure to take my damp sponge for this because, again, I think it's the most natural look. I just put powder right on the tip there, and then I press it directly where my under eye wrinkles are. Just in those areas, just like that. And then I let it sit for a little bit. And then if you have any other areas that tend to get oily, you can just powder with that excess. My nose tends to crease. And then I've let it sit for a bit and I kind of just press it back in. So the powder is still there and it'll hold throughout the day. But pressing it in with the Beauty Blender meshes it even more and it just lifts the excess powder away. Okay, so moving on to contour. I am doing this slightly differently than what I normally do. Normally I would try to place it like right in the hollows, which is here. But I found that if I place it slightly higher, it actually lifts my face a little more. I don't really have new products to show you guys, so I'm just gonna use what I use every day because this is a real everyday makeup routine. So what I do is I kind of tap in here to give me a little bit of color. And the key with this is that I just make sure not to overdo it because even I can get super carried away with makeup. And sometimes I want to go hard and do a lot of makeup, but sometimes I just need something very light. So I just tap that in. I place it at the top of my cheekbone here and just slightly bring it down. And I like to do circular motions so it displaces the product evenly. And you can already tell, hopefully if the lighting isn't too bad, this side kind of just looks a little more lifted, while this side looks very flat and like bring it down. If you want to clean it up a little further, you can do some reverse contouring. I do this sometimes, but I take a banana powder, something that is lighter than me. I take it on my sponge again, and then carve out the bottom half here. I kind of use the edge of my lip as a guide. And then I just let it sit for a bit, but not too long. You really don't want this to sit super long, otherwise it's gonna just look like a straight line. So make sure you just leave it for a minute. I'm just gonna take a brush and dust that off. Okay, now on to blush. This is something that I'm actually doing differently as well. Again, I used to place it a lot lower than it should have been, but I found that if I place it higher, it lifts everything and gives you just like that facelift that you can't afford but you really want. And I'm gonna start back here at the top of the cheekbone and kind of just bring it down slightly. The last thing for the face is to do minimal amounts of highlighter. Now, this is hard even for me because I love a beaming highlight, but the thing is when you're wearing so little makeup, it just looks weird to have a stripe of highlighter on your face. But with this technique and a blush, or I'm sorry, a highlighter that is not as intense, you can still get that glowy look without looking crazy. I learned this from Jay Kissa like a long time ago. I'm gonna take a dense brush. This is the very dirty e.l.f. Moonlight Pearl highlight. This is a very subtle highlight. So you place it directly on the cheekbone. And what you do is swirl the highlight up here, and then don't bring it too far in. You kind of just stop here. So you want the light to just catch where it naturally would. Because we swirled it around and we kind of blended it into the face, it doesn't just look like one giant stripe. Get and swirl it. Then, since we don't have our brows done yet, I also like to take it and bring it underneath the brows. And there we go. That's all it is for the face. Very minimal, but it's very natural looking and very put together. Then for the eyes, I went really minimal as well. For eyeshadow, all I did was I just took a bronzer and brushed it into my crease. Just dust it lightly in the crease. And you don't even have to be super precise with it either. That's the great part. You just messily blend it in. And now, I feel like I kind of did this a little bit backwards because usually I would do my brows before my eyes, but I'm going to take my e.l.f. Precision Brow Pencil. This is, or I'm sorry, the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. I did my brows a little bit differently. Normally, I would make them super arched, but the other day I did them a little more straight, and I found that they were way more natural looking. What I did is I brushed them up, and then instead of doing that arch, I kind of just try to draw out directly straight. So start bottom here. And then slightly down to make that arch. You can see how natural that looks, but it also kind of lifts the face up. Like, it gives me a little more space with my eye, especially because we have that highlighter down there. It's just so much softer than the arch brow. Don't get me wrong, I love a good brow, like a nice strong brow, but I think sometimes I just like to go a little softer. And the thing with this brow pencil is that you don't want to press too hard. You just lightly build strokes. That's pretty much it. And then I forgot the rest of my eyes. What am I doing? Okay, so to add a little more definition to my eyes, because my lashes are very minimal, I like to just take eyeliner and then tightline my eyes. And then kind of just like smudge lightly above. And that's it. Like, you can already see my eye just looks way more defined and way more intense than this one. I don't normally wear contacts. Like, usually I just put on my glasses so I can kind of hide my face. But with this makeup routine, I'm actually confident enough to wear contacts and go out like this. That's it. Like, that's it for the eyes. I look put together. I look awake. Finish it off with a chapstick or a gloss. I really like the e.l.f. plumping gloss, but I have no idea where mine is. I lost it. I'm so upset. I need to just buy another one. But I'm just gonna finish it off with a chapstick. Keep my lips hydrated. And that's it. That's my full natural makeup routine. My actual realistic natural makeup routine. It normally takes about 10 minutes to do this. Like, it's so easy to do. That's my natural makeup routine these days. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up down below and don't forget to subscribe to see more. If you'd like to see more of me, you can follow me on Instagram at Andrea. The link is down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!